The 2024 NBA season is still a few months away, but if there's anything I learned from decades of watching sports, it's that a few months comes and goes in the blink of an eye. The Lakers, the Warriors, the 76ers, and the Suns were all eliminated at one point or another in the NBA playoffs, but one trade here and there could actually change the entire complexion of the teams going forward. Here are 5 trades that can change the landscape of the league in 2024. I'm going to start off with the 76ers. Joel Embiid and James Harden fell short of their quest for a championship, and more than likely, Philly is going to need a true third star in order to get over that Celtics hump. Which star is capable of getting them over that hump? Well, a 39-year-old LeBron James probably could. You see, according to odds makers, if he were to leave Los Angeles, the 76ers would have the second best odds of acquiring the legendary player. Now, why would the Lakers trade LeBron, you might ask? Well, he's turning 39 next year, and although he did well this year, there's no telling how many more years he's going to be able to play at a superstar level. I mean, next year might just be the last year he's able to play at an elite level. Then, if Anthony Davis were to suffer another injury setback as well, then the best plan forward for the purple and gold might be to just salvage what they can out of the 4-time Finals MVP before his stock plummets. LeBron would also be able to compete for a championship, so it'd be a win-win scenario. For salary purposes, the 76ers can offer Tobias Harris and DeAnthony Melton, then from there, a boatload of picks. I'm talking about Minnesota Rudy Gobert amount of picks, and from there, the 76ers would have a big three of Joel Embiid, James Harden, and LeBron James. This team might only have a one-year window, but for once in Embiid's career, he would have the opportunity to play with a true champion in LeBron James, who could teach him how to win at the highest levels. James Harden would also have the opportunity to play with a true leader who will do everything in his power to win. This would be quite the formidable big three, and although they would be pressed up against the ropes in terms of salary, I'm sure there are many good free agents who would take a pay cut to team up with not one, not two, but 3 MVPs. They'd be the instant favorites to come out of the East, and man, would that be an exciting team to watch, or what? Now, if LeBron doesn't leave the Lakers, then another acquisition that would change the landscape of the NBA is Kyrie Irving going to the Lakers. This is probably the more probable of the two scenarios, and the thing is, the Lakers wouldn't have to sacrifice anything. I mean, the only player they'd have to let go is D'Angelo Russell, who in that series against the Nuggets averaged like 6 points and 3 assists on shooting splits of 32% from the field and 13% from beyond the arc. I'm sure the Laker Nation won't miss him at all. The great thing about this for the Lakers is that they wouldn't even have to make a tough trade. Both D'Angelo Russell and Kyrie Irving are free agents, meaning that the Lakers can simply let D'Lo walk, then just sign Uncle Drew. Maverick fans are going to hate Kyrie for this, but the truth is, LA was his preferred destination from the get-go when he was being traded away from the Nets. Then, to stack onto that, Kobe Bryant was his idol. So I'm sure that Kyrie would feel honored to represent the Lakers, which makes this all the more likely. Rob Pelinka is probably already working on this behind the scenes. But anyway, with Uncle Drew teaming up with both King James and Anthony Davis, they're going to have 3 certified bucket getters at 3 different positions. I mean, AD is going to wreak havoc in the paint, LeBron is still going to be the ultimate driver going to the rim, and Kyrie Irving is going to continue being the 50, 40, 90-ish player that can score efficiently from anywhere and everywhere. With this 3 superstar studded lineup and LeBron James at the helm of it, they'd be instant favorites to come out of the West, unless this next trade happens. I'm talking about a Golden State Warriors trade, guys. Now, Steph Curry still has a 2 to 3 year window where he can play at an MVP caliber level, and the Warriors should do everything they can to make sure he wins another championship. And with that being said, they have a choice to make. Do they want to gamble another year with Jordan Poole? The dilemma is, he was an integral part of their 2022 championship run, but at the same time, there's a huge fracture in chemistry between him and Draymond Green, and he's not consistent enough. Now, if the Warriors could fix that situation soon, then this trade may not have to take place. But if they can't, it might be better to go another route, and that's acquiring a player like Pascal Siakam. The Warriors could offer up Poole and Kuminga, 2 young players with a lot of potential, for a proven star who could play both ends of the court. As a Warriors fan, I'd hate to see both Poole and Kuminga go, but at the same time, a lineup of Steph, Klay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Siakam would be absolutely deadly and would immediately put them back into the championship picture. I mean, they'd finally have a legit presence in the paint, both on offense and defense, something they were visibly lacking the last couple of seasons. Also, playing alongside Steph and the Warriors might potentially unlock Siakam, just like how it did with Wiggins. Anyway, another trade the Warriors could make that would arguably break the NBA is to go out and get KarlAnthony Towns. This trade would get every other team in the league saying, "Oh shit." Again, the Warriors would still have to give up both Poole and Kuminga, then maybe throw in Patrick Baldwin Jr. and their 2023 first-round pick. But sheesh, guys, can you imagine if the Warriors could pull this off? You know, I had serious doubts about Cat in the past, about his ability to win games and his overall demeanor, but after he came back from injuries in 2023, the man looked different. I mean, over the course of those 8 games to close out the season, the man averaged about 21 points on shooting splits of 47% from the field and 47% from 3. Towns is a force from both inside and outside, and would be an even more lethal threat on the Warriors where Steph's gravity is going to give him open shots all day long. He'll also be immediately reunited with his old teammate Andrew Wiggins, and honestly guys, this is the type of trade that's going to attract the best free agents out there. Outside of Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis, Cat is that next tier of centers and would instantly put the Warriors in the championship conversation. But why go for that second tier of centers when you could go for the first tier? You see, there are serious rumors of James Harden leaving Philly. Then with the recent firing of Doc Rivers, who had a close relationship with Embiid, this might cause Joel Embiid to tip over the line and request a trade. And if the Warriors could be on the receiving end of that trade, then it'd be like 2017 all over again. Honestly, not even the Nuggets would be favorites on paper if Embiid donned a Warriors jersey. So the trade would again have to cost Poole and Kuminga. Then from there, any pieces not named Curry, Klay, or Draymond could be thrown into that offer as well. And man, with Embiid, the Warriors have a chance to do something really special. I mean, teams like Boston won't have the luxury of packing the paint anymore to stop the 2023 MVP because the 2 best shooters in league history are going to be standing on the perimeter. For the Warriors, this trade would skyrocket them past just championship conversations. This trade should immediately make them championship favorites, and literally any and every ring chaser in the league is going to flock to the Bay Area. And this is another factor that the front office should seriously consider when making a big acquisition like this. Because as we all know, the Warriors can't afford good players on expensive contracts. They need to acquire good players on minimum contracts. Anyway, another trade that would flip the NBA world inside out is a Phoenix Suns trade. Now, it's not a secret that DeAndre Ayton and the Suns' golden boy Devin Booker don't exactly see eye to eye. And again, if the 76ers are going back into a rebuild phase, then just like the Warriors, the Suns should do everything they can to form a big 3 with Booker, KD, and Embiid. Clearly, from the way they got their rear ends handed to them in the Western semifinals against a team like Denver, the Suns need an inside presence to stop the Joker, and Embiid is one of the few players in the league who can make things difficult for the 2-time MVP. This year, the Suns were crushed at home badly yet again, and knowing the Suns' new owner, Matt Ishbia, he's going to do everything he can to make his team a contender in 2024. And a center like Embiid should be at the top of his list should he become available. For all teams at the moment, the team they should be looking at to beat are the Denver Nuggets. As of now, that team looks unbeatable in a 7-game series. I mean, they have great players at every position on the floor, they're well coached, and they have good chemistry. Anyway, what trades would you like to see go down in the offseason? Let me know in the comments down below, then click this video over here.